Alright, so for torch number 8, we need to make sure we have our Warden's Mirror and our Ancient Shaman Blood. And we're down here in the catacombs. There's the Felcycle room. And over here in the hallway is the Enigma machine. This fun little looking thing here. We're going to give it the Shaman Blood. And we're going to give it the Warden's Mirror. So now we're going to click Begin. And it says the dungeon echoes with the sound of mechanisms resetting. Now we have started this puzzle. Before we go any further, there's some stuff that we need to know. First and foremost, this can get very frustrating. So take your time. Use a pen and pad if you need to write things down. I'll just tell you that that's not the first time that I have started this puzzle. Now, there are 5 statues in this catacombs. The Rage, the Nature, the Watcher, the Guardian, and the Greed. They are these. The Guardian's the dog. The Ogre at the beginning is one. The Goblin here. So there's 5 of them scattered around. And then there are 7 pressure plates. There are 2 in the Felcycle room, some in the hallway here, and then a couple down lower. And then there is a wonderful chart that somebody or somebody's has created for us to figure out what needs to go where. So once we click Submit, there are going to be rats that spawn. Not these catacombs rats. What we need to do is make sure that we've killed every one of these catacombs rats, because they do not count. Oops. Instead, once we hit Submit, it is going to spawn regular rats. And we are going to have to count those. Now you can go in to your options and go into Interface and click on Critters and Companions, and that'll put the names above them so it makes them easier to see. We are going to go all the way back to the beginning of the dungeon. From the beginning, we're going to go all the way down. We're going to kill all the rats, and we're going to count the ones that only say rat. You're going to check water holes, behind statues. You're going to check every little corner. So there is 1, 2, you need to check every room in this place, especially in this room. They like to hide underneath these furnitures. They get stuck behind the skull pile here. Three. get into this room, you target that humming crystal, the blue one inside there, and use your relic of crystal connections. It'll teleport you inside. There's number 4. To get back out, we target the green crystal outside and use the relic again. So I counted a total of 4 rats, which according to the chart means that I need to put 1 statue on pressure plate number 4. So I am going to click on a statue. Oops, too far. Click on it again to release it. Now this beam here, if it's blue, there's 1 object, green for 2, yellow for 3, red for 4, and 5 is purple. So right now this pressure plate is registering that there's 1 object on it, which is what we want. That should be pressure plate number 4, and there's 1 object on it. So to see if we're right, we're going to go back to this machine, who does not like me very much, and click submit. Yes! We got one right. And it says down here, you hear a mechanism unlock. Sweet. We passed lock number 1. Now we go on to lock number 2. There are 7 locks, so we're going to do this 6 more times for a total of 7 times. Every time we start a new lock, we need to make sure that we remove any statues from pressure plates. Now, everybody's instance is going to be different. So you might have counted 2 rats, you might have counted 8 rats, and for each lock, it'll be different for everybody. If you miscounted, or if you missed a catacombs rat, or one of the other rats, and they happen to walk on a pressure plate somewhere else in the dungeon, when you click submit on this machine, you will get zapped. And then you will start all the way back on lock number 1. So again, be patient, take your time. Now that I've completed lock number 1, I'm going to start lock number 2. To do that, I just have to go around. I've made sure that I've removed any statues that I put on pressure plates, and I'm going to go back to the beginning of the catacombs again and start counting rats again. I have never seen an actual rat all the way up these stairs, but I have seen some catacombs rats on the stairs. So I didn't want to take a chance that a rat might spawn up here, so I always come all the way to the top to begin. Okay, for this one I counted 8 rats, and according to the chart for lock number 2, 8 rats means putting 3 statues on pressure plate number 2. This is pressure plate number 2. I know I have 3 statues on it because the light here is yellow. We go here, we click submit, and it says you hear a mechanism unlock. Now we get to move on to number 3. So I'm not really sure what happened. I was on lock number 4. I counted my rats. I put my statues over here. I went out to the Enigma machine to submit, and it says the contraption appears inert. All mechanisms are unlocked, which made me look down at my chat log, and a great lock has been released, which is the message that you would get after unlocking all 7 locks. So I'm not sure what happened because I've only done 3 this round. Maybe the RNG gods took pity on me because they failed so many times, but I will take it. When I come back in here to the Felcycle room, there are in fact 8 torches lit up. So perhaps just keep an eye on your chat log every time you submit a solution to the Enigma machine and see if the Great Lock has unlocked. And happy rat hunting!